Now, as we talk about uprisings and rebellion and wars that have been going on in the world, as we see peace deals fail, diplomacy falls short, some are calling not to work within this framework, but for a total overhaul of society and of culture. The Venus Project is one of those. They're pushing for a sustainable new world civilization unlike any other before. That's their claim. Roxanne Meadows from the Venus Project is here to talk about it. Hi, Roxanne. Thanks for being here. So the Venus Project wants a world where war, poverty, hunger, debt, human suffering are not only avoidable, but completely unacceptable. Sounds great. How could that possibly work?
Yes, we are calling for that, but it can't be done within the confines of the free enterprise system under socialism, communism, or any social stratification or social system that has gone before. What we are introducing is a new method of organizing and running society based on the methods of science and technology applied to the social system. I'm not talking about scientists, because they've been conditioned in this system just like anybody else. They can be used to make weapons and bombs and abused in this way. So we are talking about what we call a resource-based economy. Jacques Fresco has worked on this for over 75 years to arrive at this direction. And if you look at our website, thevenusproject.com, you will see technology, you will see a new social design, you will see the explanation of a resource-based economy. We don't use money.
Okay, I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt. I just wanted to say that our viewers are seeing images from your website. You argue that this is feasible. What exactly, though, are you offering?
Well, we're talking about a new way of organizing society. Today, our technology is racing forward, but our social designs are thousands of years old. And they are not keeping up with our ability to produce abundance with the intelligent management of our resources and our technology. You can't do that within the monetary system. There is just too much corruption. The system breeds by promoting scarcity. We're talking about promoting abundance, and we can still do that. We still have the resources to do that. So we're talking about a system where you don't need money. You don't need barter, credit, or servitude of any kind. We can organize society, organize our resources on a global scale. It has to be global. As long as few nations control most of the Earth's resources, you're going to have insurmountable problems. It really has to take care of the needs of everyone. And as I'm saying, we can do that. We have the technology. We maybe couldn't have done it 100 years ago, but today we can do something like that. We can update our social system to fit in with our technological ability.
Okay, I want to get a little bit more into that if we have time, but I do want to ask, aside from money and capital, which you argue you would not use, we are in the United States under a two-party political system, and we're, of course, gearing up for presidential campaigns now. So aside from the money portion, which is a total overhaul, what are you offering that isn't already part of a liberal agenda or a conservative agenda?
Has nothing to do with that. We look at this as one agenda based on those who have the ability to persuade, to bribe, through monetary means, to lobby for their own interests. This system is really not run by the bottom, by the people up. It's really run by the top down. And those people who have money can influence people for their own ends. That's how laws are made. So we're talking about a system not based on politics, but based on scientific method to take care of our problems. We have lots of problems. We're not addressing them. Politicians, when you think of it, what do they bring you? What can they do? Do they clean the air? Just go and ask them. Can they make you cleaner, safer transportation? Can they make you clean energy systems? I don't know anything that a politician has brought us. It's really science that has elevated society, but not the way we're using science today.
Well, then
it's the misuse of science that's happening today.
Sorry, you're breaking up a bit. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Who runs things then in your world?
Well, it's not a matter of who runs things. It's how we organize society and how we meet the needs of people. What we do first is take a survey of the Earth's resources, find out what we have. That's what we based our societies on. Find out where the resources are, find out where the technical personnel are, find out, for instance, where the diseases are. That determines how many hospitals you build. Find out what the needs of the people are. Today, our society is not based on the needs of the people. That's quite obvious. When there's so many people that are starving and don't have food, and when other people have too much. So it's not based on opinion. It's not based on differential advantage. It's based on the needs of the people. And that's very different, as I mentioned, than today. Because today, the society is based on wealth, property, and power.
It sounds like science, but it also sounds like kind of a utopic vision of things without any kind of leadership at the top down. So then why are you at odds, from what I understand, with other people who are calling for sustainable societies like the Zeitgeist movement? That doesn't seem very utopian.
Well, first of all, there's no such thing as utopian. That notion is is like a fixed thing that we're trying to strive for. There are no final frontiers. There are no utopians.
Okay.
We're not at odds with the Zeitgeist movement. But I would say that all of the solutions that the Zeitgeist movement speaks about concerning the future originated from the works of the Venus Project. We had no say in the runnings in the direction of the Zeitgeist movement while they were using our name and our materials, which we agreed to at the beginning.
All right.
So
Roxanne,
we felt it was best to...
I'm so
Yes.
sorry. Unfortunately, we're out of time. I do appreciate you explaining that and coming on to tell us about the Venus Project. That was Roxanne Meadows.